Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? This is the already. This is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's up with you, bro? That's 2 weeks in a row.
That's two
episodes in a row. 2 episodes in a row.
Hey, that's funny. That is so funny. But man, I am good, man. But welcome y'all to the Viewers Anonymous, man.
There you go.
But I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. How about you? I mean, well, I can't complain with about you before. But what's good with you, man?
Apparently, man, I got the Already On podcast on my brain, man. But outside of that, bro, everything is great, man. You know what I'm saying? Working on the new NFT collection. You know what I'm saying? I got the collection I got where I'll be doing the paintings and all that. But this next one is gonna be like photography. So I'm you know what I'm saying, finding pictures and stuff to take around my area, and you know what I'm saying, we'll see how that pan out. So working on something new every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it fresh.
Hey man, that's that entrepreneur mind that you got, man.
Sure,
you know
man, for sure.
You know, you gotta keep that rolling, man. Because I think that when you got your eye on the prize, man, can't nobody really tell you nothing. And then especially like when you do that shit, it's kind of like, I run with what's not doing. And then you always gonna have those people who don't get it.
Yeah,
they're gonna have shit to say about you. Oh, well, what he doing? What he think? You know, I mean, you know, I kind of felt like that when I first started podcasting, going on 5 years ago, because it was like nobody that I knew podcast. Like, hell, most people didn't even know what a podcast was. So
I know. Like, and then within 3 years, that's all people was talking about.
Yeah, and it was just like, damn, y'all don't remember? Like, I was doing this shit before y'all got hip to it.
Yeah,
but you know, I ain't here to, you know what I mean. But I'm just saying. You know
trust me. I feel you. I don't say it, but I just be watching. Everybody pop up when I be looking like, real interesting how you just, came up out of nowhere with your joint, man. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But so it kind of is what it is, man. You gotta let people live, man. You gotta let people live.
Well, definitely, man. Yo, listen. Fuck all the bullshit. We got one of the all-time classics, but So we're going into our sixth Christmas movie. We're coming up on the end, but we also just be on the lookout, people. We got some stuff that we've been talking about, but we're going into the sixth Christmas film. I think we got, if I'm not mistaken, two more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got two more. We're gonna finish out the month, even though Christmas is gonna be Saturday. We still got another episode to do, so we'll go ahead and close it out with that. It should be the one after Christmas. But so we still gonna give y'all two more. But this one right here might be. I mean, it might be. This is the funniest one of all. And I had told someone we was doing this, and they was like, "Was that a Christmas movie?" I'm like, "Listen, what? Like, I don't look who raised y'all, man. Like, I want to know who raised y'all. Like, what made you think the whole movie is Christmas themed? Like, they throw a Christmas party for the rent money. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Jones was Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Errol was a reindeer. Rudolph ain't that. Like, what is y'all talking about? But what we doing on the 2002 film, Friday After Next, you know what I'm saying? The third installment of the Friday franchise. Obviously, everybody know you got Ice Cube, Mike Epps, John Witherspoon, Don D.C. Curry, you know what I'm saying? Anne Marie Horsford. You got Clifford Powell. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say Money Mike. you got Cat Williams, Ricky Smiley, Terry Crews, I mean, it goes like, I mean, come on. You got Shamor, yo. Bishop Dunn, Magic Dunn one made an appearance in there. You know what I mean? I mean, it was real quick, but the thing is, like, if you don't know that world, I mean, I'm not saying I know it, but it's just like when you are in rap videos, people talking about you in rap songs, and people throwing you in cameos in movies, and all you is a pimp from the streets. Like
Right.
Bishop Dunn, Magic Dunn one, yo, like to get to where he gotten, like, come on, man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
I mean, you making them connections, man. You gotta also think too, like he was in a great place being in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like him being in Chicago, him you know what I'm saying, providing party favors, you know what I'm saying, to the stars. You know what I'm saying? Sports teams there, you know. He making some great connections, man.
That he did, man. Listen, I don't even know. I mean, so the great thing about the Friday movies is obviously we all know it's a day. And what makes this one more interesting than the other ones is the fact of, you know, this one is actually based around Christmas. So basically what ended up happening is Craig and Day they got robbed by Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? They took he took some CDs. He took Day Day's baby picture. He said, "Damn, it's an ugly ass baby. I caught like a pistol."
That's hilarious.
And then he started to speak with the rent money in it. So anyway, so they started a new job. You know what I'm saying? Top flight security at the strip mall where they dads work at, where they got the barbecue place. And the whole object of the day was they had to pay Miss Pearly the rent money by the night because Damon was gonna butt rape them if they didn't pay the mama by the night.
That's a very polite way of putting it.
Yeah, so that's really like the synopsis of the movie, man. So listen, what was your experience watching it this time? Your first time watching it, like what is your experience of watching Friday After Next, man?
The first time ever watching it, right? Having seen the first two, you know what I'm saying? It was highly anticipated because you already know by this time Friday is that movie. So seeing him and Mike Epps back at it again, you know what I'm saying? They did a bunch of movies around this time anyway, because I think they did All About the Benjamins. They did the Next Friday already. You know what I'm saying? Like this was around the time like Mike Epps was starting to do his thing. So to have him in here, and then you know what I'm saying, like this is also like the first time you really see Terry Crews for real outside of White Chicks. And then this is really the first time you see Cat Williams. Like if you ain't in the comedy, this your first time getting introduced to Cat Williams in movies. So like this is the you know what I'm saying, like the opening for a lot of the characters in this movie. But I mean it's a bunch of quotables in this joint. My favorite scene out of the whole movie is when the cops are there and Miss Pearly walks up to the apartment. And then, you know what I'm saying, she talking to them or whatever. And that whole interaction between them and Miss Pearly makes the movie that much better because now you know what I'm saying, like it, even though it was like funny, it still added some type of weight to the situation. Because now it's like, all right, we got to get this rent money. If we don't get this rent money, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be out of here. We got to make sure we go do this job. You know what I'm saying, Damon coming. So it kind of set up the whole movie. But my favorite part out of the whole scene is when she leaving out and she go, if I don't get my rent money tonight, Damon is tossing somebody's salad. That nigga Mike Epps said, "You happy your son's so fat?" Bruh, it's not the fact that he said that. It's his actual reaction to the whole thing because he was so disgusted. You know what I'm saying? Like just the fact that she said he was just like he was confused and appalled at the same time. That nigga said, "Fuck, like you like that's you okay with that? Like that you good with that?" So that to me, bro, that's just my favorite part of the movie. That's the part that always stands out to me in the movie. And every time I watch this movie, in that scene, I always see something different. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so when the first time I seen it, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I was excited to see it. It ended up being a great movie. It had a all-star cast, you know what I'm saying? Like if you in the comedy, it had Mike Epps, it had Cat Williams, John Witherspoon, I forgot Miss Pearlie's name, but she's been a comedy actress for a long time. It had Ricky Smiley in it, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a really, you know what I'm saying, like a great cast of comedic actors. And then, you know what I'm saying, with Terry Crews, he's not a comedian, but he does a great job of playing those roles that end up kind of being funny. You know what I mean? Like even in White Chicks, you know what I'm saying, him being a star athlete, you know what I'm saying, like just his irony of who he was in that movie was funny. Or if you watch him on what's the show?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like him being the captain. He all big, but he real sensitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he always finds a way to make his role funny just by being like the total opposite of what he's supposed to be. And then Ice Cube, him always being the straight man. You know what I'm saying? Like he always hitting whoever the you know what I'm saying, the comedy guy is, the one-liners. So, you know what I'm saying? Like it's funny. So like when they was in the booth, and he was like, "Man, it's small in here." He was like, "Nah, you big in here." Like just that, you know what I'm saying, just the interactions between them two, it just make it funny. So rewatching it, you know what I'm saying, I already knew what to expect, but it's just one of them movies that regardless of if you know what's coming up next or not, it's still just gonna be as funny as it was the first time.
Man, you is not kidding. See, my favorite part is the whole interaction in the booth. Like, like that whole scene of like was just, to me, is like the definition of comedy.
Yeah.
Like for them, like you said, for him to be like, I mean, even leading up to it, it was kind of like, so my man, Molly. So Molly's like, so they asked Molly, they was like, "Yo," he said, "I got one question for you." He said, when we get our guns, no, he said, "You guys are unarmed top flight security guards and all this type of stuff."
Whistles.
He's like, so then he's like, so they go out there, and he says, he said, "Come on, y'all got to defend this place with your own lives." Then they said, "Yo, I'd die for this shit too."
That is stupid, man.
Hey, but it was just so stupid. So then they, he said, "Yo, I got one question. What happened to the last security guard?" "Man, you asked too many questions, man." And so then they go in the booth, like you said, man. He said, "It's smaller than that. Now you big in here." And then he said, "Man," he's like, "It's boring." He's like, "Good." He's like, "Easy fun for us." He said, "I hope don't nothing happen all day. I just want to see these females shop to their job." Matter of fact, he kicked his feet up. He said, "Man, ain't that a bitch?" He said, "I'm looking for some action." You putting your feet up. Hey, this is what I said. He said, "We need security in the world, Craig." Shit. Got jacked by Santa Claus and shit. Hey, man, when that woman came up and started singing, oh my God. Listen, I'm telling you, man, it's that whole booth situation is like the funniest thing to me of the whole movie. It's my favorite part. I can rewatch that all day because like it be stupid shit where Craig would throw himself under the bus. He was like, "Man, you heard what happened to the last security guard, didn't you?" You said, "Man, you ain't even hear what happened to the last security guard. So how the fuck is I'm gonna hear it? You do your job and I'm gonna do mine." Top flight. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, Mike Epps is like one of those like I love like, cause see he's in the middle of that the hurt yourself. Well, not that. He's more of a physical and a verbal comedian. And like, I don't think that there's a lot of people that could do both. Because there's some comedians where like Chris Farley, he was a physical comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like we started laughing like how he got hurt or how he fell down a flight of stairs, some shit like that. See, like Mike Epps would do shit like when they were sitting in the car, like before they got like when they first pulled up to work, like he already started smiling. And Craig looking at him like he said, all right, Craig, look. He said, we ain't cops, we ain't NYPD Blue, we ain't none of that shit you watch. We Craig and Day Day. He said, man, don't fuck your head up and get your ass shot out here. And so he was like, man, look, I'm a pimp. I'm a player. They ain't got to deal with none of this shit. And then he go to get out the car and he still had the seatbelt on.
Unbuckle the seatbelt first. Top flight.
He said, man, man, play this fuck up.
Play this fuck
he
up.
said, man, you in medial. He said, what that mean? Yo, I'm telling you, man, that whole like, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes, yo, was just flat out comedy. Like if anybody said, yo, tell me something where I'm guaranteed, like if somebody like, yo, I pay you $1 million to show me a scene in a movie that's gonna make me laugh, yo, it's that right there. Like that's what I'm showing people every time, because to me, that is some of the most funniest shit ever. Like just right there, man.
Yeah.
So
sure,
so let me ask you this. So you're big into comedy. So for me, I didn't know who Ricky Smiley was till after this. So
really?
My two questions, like,
hold on, are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't know who Ricky Smiley was. See, that was my question. Was like, when you first caught wind of Ricky Smiley and do you think that this, because to me, obviously, like he blew up after this because I didn't know who he was beforehand. But what I'm saying, because I didn't even hear the Ricky Smiley morning show until after this.
Okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and stop you right there. So Ricky Smiley has been like hood famous for the longest, right? And he's been one of those dudes that has always been on like the HBCU circuit, like a Ronnie Jordan would be, somebody like that. He don't really do like real vulgar comedy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those dudes who could weave in and out of doing like the church crowd and then like the regular crowd. But I don't know like how much you used to watch like Def Comedy Jam or like Comic View back in the day, but like Ricky Smiley was, from where I remember, he was most famous from doing Comic View, and he used to have his joke. And if anybody know this, bro, don't judge me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he used to have his joke where he used to play like this little kid, but he wasn't mentally disabled, but he had like certain tendencies, or like the way he acted. That's how it came off at the time. But that's not what he was. He was just one of them little kids who was just like that. So like he would do the thing and he'd be like, "My name Lil Daryl." So if you ever heard of that joke, that's Ricky Smiley. Yeah. So like if you ever seen with the glasses and all that, like Ricky Smiley got like caught fire when he did that joke. Yeah, but it was never like,
because it's like he got like a whole bunch of spit in his mouth, like Holla Daryl.
Yeah, like yeah, like so when he did that joke on Comic View with the glasses and all that, like he shot up from there. So like I remember like they was doing skits on like they did like a First 48 skit where he did something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he started getting like tours and everything else going across, like, you know what I'm saying, HBCU campuses and stuff like that. So this was for real, to me at least, it was surprising to see that was Ricky Smiley in that character, because I didn't technically know that was Ricky Smiley at first, because he had such a small role in the movie. But like Ricky Smiley has been like on top of the game for a long time. So this really didn't like boost him up there. If anything, this was kind of like a homage, even like getting him, you know what I'm saying, to join the cast. So like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like didn't even know he was in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like until you read the credit, like especially me, like until I read the credits, I didn't even know he was in the movie. I didn't even realize that was him. So yeah, Ricky Smiley been doing it for like the longest. Like when Comic View was jumping, like Ricky Smiley was the man. Like him, Bruce, Shawty. Trying to think who else. It was like a bunch of people, but like them three specifically was like some of my favorites. I remember when Bruce used to host Comic View. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like he came up around that time, like when everybody else was, you know, like when the comedy shows was really doing it, like that's when he was, you know what I'm saying, like the man. He came up with the greats. So like I felt, and then I forgot to even mention like Don DC Curry is in this, stand-up comedian, some more stand-up comedian. BB Davis was Miss Pearlie's name. She been doing comedic acting for the longest. So like it's, you know what I'm saying, like it's BB Drake. I'm sorry, I said Davis. Drake. So it's like it's a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, like it's a bunch of different, you know what I'm saying, like comedians in this. And like to me, if anybody had kind of got the fame off of this to me it was Mike. I'm about to say Mike Epps, not Mike Epps. Mike Epps got it off the first one too, but it was Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is where Cat Williams' stars started to, you know what I'm saying, kind of rise because everybody thought he was so funny as Money Mike. Mm-hmm. And then, you know what I'm saying, like once that happened, the first season of Wild 'N Out popped up, you know what I'm saying, he did that. And then his first stand-up, you know what I'm saying, special popped up. And then, you know what I'm saying, they was really messing with him after seeing him on, you know what I'm saying, Friday After Next. So the fact that he took that into his stand-up, it made it even better. And then not only that, him killing the stand-up, you know, him killing that special, you know what I'm saying, they helped him out too.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, because I remember like after that's when I started like hearing like the Ricky Smiley morning show and like when he would like prank call people and shit. Mm-hmm. And then like you remember he played the old lady in First Sunday.
Yep.
With Ice Cube and Tracy Morgan and all that type of stuff. So it's like, yeah, I mean, just for me, like I knew you would know because like you were, because like for me, like I was more watching when it came to comedy. It was like the old early Def Comedy Jam with like, you know, with Martin.
You was on Ricky there. Smiley was like, on there too.
And it's like, and look, and I probably seen them and just, you know what I mean? You know, Bernie Mac. You know, like all of those dudes, like that's when I was like heavy into Def Comedy Jam. But I thought Ricky Smiley, man, like I like how they gave him like his some of his stuff. Like, you know, when he said the whole thing, like when they got robbed in the back of the building, and he was like, give me that Rolex. He was like, no, not the Rolex, man, now it's stolen. And like, man, it was just so funny. Like when he said ugly ass baby, I was caught like a pistol. Hey, that joke is so funny, man. And then like when he beat Craig up with that damn tree, that shit was hilarious. But like, so I like how they gave him, you know, a couple of moments to shine. I think Ice Cube is really good with that. The only person that didn't really do like comedic shit was some more. Like she really didn't have like those opportunities to really like say something like funny. You know what I mean? But and I don't know if the stuff just got cut out during the editing or what. Like they just didn't make it, because I don't know if they wanted to have it like for so long. But like you're definitely right, man. Like when it comes to Cat Williams playing Money Mike, like I mean, the whole bathroom scene, man, is just nuts. Man, that motherfucker, he threw that water on her. He said, "Did you pee on me?"
He sounded like my fish wouldn't squirt. What?
He was like, "What? You're not in prison anymore, Damon." Hey,
wake up, Lucky Charms. What? That was crazy.
Hey, these people is nuts, man. Like for you to, I don't know, like I know that Ice Cube, you like pretty much write this shit by itself, but but Ice Cube is one of those people who give them the opportunity to ad lib.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm pretty sure it's more of like, look, this is what the scene is gonna go like, but ad lib that shit up, spice it up, boom, 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 and all this type shit.
Yeah.
But it's just for these people to like, I don't know if they're like, if they did that shit at the reading table, or if they did that shit during the scene, but like just to come up with some of the shit that they came up with. Yo, when this dude, now it's not as funny as it was. This is one thing I felt like, I don't know, I felt like it didn't age as well. But like one of the scenes, like when those two people went in there and they was robbing the store, and that damn mannequin got knocked down, that mother Donna, man down, pimp in distress. It was just like, it was like, and he said, I'm stuck between the pimp and the hard place. It was just like it felt more funnier then. I mean, it's still funny. It's still funny, but it's just like watching it last night, it was like, it wasn't as funny as it was then, but because I think that it was just so, I don't know, like that scene was just so crazy then, and it's like now it's still funny, but Cat did a great job, man. Like when he came out and he was gonna cut the dude with the raise, he said, he raised a player. He's like, yeah, never know what I could do with this. Might want to shade somebody else.
Okay, so listen, this is my take, right? Like, so seeing it now, Cat Williams wasn't that funny in this movie. Comparing him to his stand-up and other things I've seen him in, like he wasn't as funny to me in this movie. Like to me, I think he was way funnier. Like if you ever seen him in My Wife and Kids with Damon Wayans as Bobby Shaw, if you ever go back and watch that, like he's way funnier in that than he was in this one. Like to me, the pimp thing is like, it's cool, but it's not as funny as like anything else he's done. Like I thought he was funny as the alligator man on Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, but going back and watching this, like he wasn't as funny to me.
Yeah, I mean compared to what was going on. Look, Mike was on a tear. Like I mean, for him to be, coming off of the success of Next Friday, and then if I'm not mistaken, All About the Benjamins came out after this.
I think so.
So it's like, for him to be doing what he was doing at that time, like Mike was just, don't get me wrong, like Ice Cube had his moments, but like Mike was on a tear. Yeah. Because like it's like everything that he did was funny. I mean, even the little shit where they brought back the old joke from Next Friday when they was back there. He was like, man, you tripping right now. He's like, here, man, hit this. Not on duty. Not on duty. Not on duty. He was like, man, he said, man, you better hit this. He was like, man, look, we are not little no more.
That shit was fun.
And it just like just little shit like that. And the boy said, he said, look, man, my life been in shambles ever since I've been kicking it with you, man. He was like, nah. He said, that's bullshit. He said, I'm gonna tell you why. He said, I'm the best cousin you got. He said, because I give you a place to stay, and then he said, I keep you warm, because he's like, you'll be a little sensitive and shit, and all this little shit. It just like just little shit like that, and like even when they was running from those dudes, and he was up there at that big donut, and he got like posed.
But now, see, I think like with that though, like Mike Epps, bro, he could actually act. Yeah, I think this was kind of his way of like showcasing that, because you know what I'm saying. Like I think like what's the All About the Benjamins? It's another one that he did where he played like the movie with Laz Alonso and the Hispanic girl, America. No, that wasn't her. Damn, what's the movie? It was Laz Alonso and some chick. I forgot who it was, but you know what I'm saying? Like one of their families was rich, the other one was supposed to be like the ghetto family or whatever. And then they all came together. Like Whoopi Goldberg was in it, a whole bunch of everybody else is in it. But Mike Epps played like somebody's uncle or something like that. But it kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of geared him into doing like serious roles. Cause like he was doing like serious roles for like 3-4 movies after a while. So I mean, like he always seemed like he could act. And this was, to me, like, this was the perfect example of that, because it wasn't just the stuff that he was saying. It was, you know what I'm saying, like his facial expressions. It was his hand movements. It was his body language, like all that. Just, you know what I'm saying, like he really was showcasing his skills. You know what I'm saying, like in a movie like this, where it really didn't call for all that. Like he could have just been throwing out one-liners the whole time, and he could have made a killing in this movie. But the fact that he actually put some effort into it, it kind of showed like he really was like the dude to, you know what I'm saying, play that role.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think that having the pressure, and this is another thing, and but this is the thing, he excelled in it. Excelled in it. For coming off of Friday, which everybody was introduced to Chris Tucker for the most part. I'm pretty sure Chris Tucker was doing his thing on the low. As far as, you know, I mean, I don't really remember, and maybe he did. I think he probably did do Def Comedy Jam and all that type shit.
Who, Chris Tucker?
Like, yeah.
For sure. Mike Epps did Def Comedy Jam.
So it's like for him to, because I mean, look, we've had the Chris Tucker conversation. Like what Friday did for him, I mean, the money talks, the rush hours, and all that shit. Mm-hmm. For the success there, and then be like, all right, we're gonna do another Friday, but I'm just gonna throw another comedian in that main role and say you my cousin. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't remember what people were saying around this time, but you know, they could have been like, yeah, but it ain't gonna be funny like Chris Tucker. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that was being said.
I think that's what they were saying at first, until Mike Epps first came out on next Friday, and all that changed. People forgot about Chris Tucker once Mike Epps, you know what I'm saying, Day came through. Like once Day came through, that whole Chris Tucker thing was a wrap. I think it was just recently where people was just saying like they would, because I remember it was a thing where people were saying they want to see Day and Chris, Day and Smokey on the same screen at one point in time. But you know what I'm saying, he said he wouldn't do it or something like that. That I remember an interview he was talking about he wasn't into it or whatever, which I mean I get it. You know what I'm saying? You doing goddamn what's the movie with Jackie Chan?
Rush Hour.
Yeah, you doing Rush Hour. You care less about what Friday talking about.
Yeah, and then I think that now from the interview I heard him talking, and I heard Ice Cube talking about last Friday, and like basically Chris Tucker's like he don't really want to do anything that's surrounded around Smokey if it wasn't up to like the moral type of shit that he's into now. So then Ice Cube was like, yeah, we would love to have him, but I'm not changing or compromising the script for what he wants. Like, we can write it and send it to him, and if he don't want to do it, then he don't want to do it. But he was like, he's not going to compromise the character to fit what Chris Tucker wants. So it seemed like
they could do it to where like Smokey get out of rehab, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga's a Jesus freak now. Like to me, I think that'll still be funny in the whole thing. Like, and you throw Mike Epps in there too, and then like the whole time Mike Epps like, Craig, like, what's up with your homeboy, man? Like, why this dude keep trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just me thinking about it right now. I'm sure I could come up with scenarios, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact they can, and that's what they do for a living. So, I mean, I think it's just more so the fact that, you know what I'm saying, egos got in the way, and, you know what I'm saying, they just didn't want to come to a conclusion.
Yeah, I believe it was that too. Now, even though in the interview that I heard, now he did give them like, he was like, look, like Smokey, the Smokey character, you know, really boosted my career. Like he knows that. And then he knows the magic that they created with only like $1 million, because it was something crazy where he only got like $10,000 or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. But like just from taking that $10,000 to get to where he is now,
right?
You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. Like that's just like John Singleton, like with Boys in the Hood. He ain't had no money.
Yeah.
But what Boys in the Hood did for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What they did for Morris Chestnut, what they did for Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., like I mean, Neil Long, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what it did for like all of those people just being in that film, like Lawrence Fishburne, you know, he was doing shit. Mm-hmm. But like, I think him playing Furious really kind of took him over the top.
Nah.
So you don't think so?
Nah.
I don't know, man. I mean, look, I don't know much. I mean, look, we know how
Listen,
you love that damn Dreamcatcher shit.
Larry Fishburne, man. That man he was
He was
already.
gonna be. He was gonna be great regardless.
Dude was doing Broadway joints, right? But he also was doing Shakespeare on film. So like this ain't you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't something that he just fell into it. You know what I mean? Like, nah, this was something that he's always you got to remember too. Not just John Singleton, like he was in Spike Lee joints before the John Singleton joints even came out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he was already, you know what I'm saying? He was already kind of on his way. And then, you know, to that, because what? Boys in the Hood came out in like
92, I believe.
92. You gotta think about that. And then like what really sent them over the top, to me at least, what really sent them over the top was the Matrix.
Well, yeah, Matrix took it to a whole nother atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like it was totally different. But yeah, like the whole point of what I was saying was, I'm pretty sure there were people who were like, "Oh man, boy, he got to come after that act." And even Ice Cube, because you got to imagine the pressure that's on Ice Cube as well. Like even writing next Friday, knowing that he wasn't gonna have Smokey in it, and like, all right, and for him to have the faith that he had in the Mike Epps, you know, Day or whatnot. Like they crushed it with with next Friday, and then to come after with this one, and then succeed that one.
Yeah,
like I mean, how many franchises can you say where the shit got better and better and better? I mean, the only one I can say is the Dark Knight trilogy. It's just like it got better and better and better.
Oh no, and so a couple of them: Star Wars, The Matrix, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, see, you naming all that shit, I ain't even really.
Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia. Like, it's a bunch of them out there, bro.
Not well, yeah. I mean, it's something out there, but there's sometimes like the whole Da Vinci Code thing. Like the first one was still my favorite.
Well, see, okay, that's the thing. That was never.
I know it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And but Mike Epps, I think this one, when it comes to Friday After Next, it was.
It catapulted.
It was, yeah, and this one was his show. Like it was his show. Like I think that what the great thing about Ice Cube is, like, even though like he's the writer, he is the everything. He basically gave it to Mike Epps to shine. He did it in both of them.
Yeah,
I mean, even in All About the Benjamins. Like it was
for sure.
It was set on a platter for him to shine.
Because it was centered around him.
Yeah, it was about his lotto ticket.
Epps, you know, Mike Epps is the main character in All About the Benjamins. But even in Friday After Next, you know what I'm saying? Like really, Day is the, you know what I'm saying? Like Day is the focal point of that movie. And then like in Next Friday, it's about Craig, but if you really watch it, it's really about Day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the whole thing is, you know what I'm saying, Craig just moving there, he new to the place, but it's also Day's life in this area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Working for Pinky and dealing with the Mexicans next door. You know what I'm saying? Now his cousin coming into the house, he got to deal with that. So yeah, like definitely those three movies definitely put Mike Epps up there. But to me, I feel like Ice Cube does that with every comedian he gets on film. He did it with Chris Tucker. He did it with Mike Epps. He did it with Cat Williams. He did it with Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime he gets a comedian by him, like they're going to shine every time.
Yeah, he's definitely put, and that's another thing. People don't realize, like, just the people that he have put on, because when you really like look at Ice Cube's like filmography, it's just like even when it comes to damn, I was gonna say not motherfucking what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Not Hard Learn. It was a comedic movie. I can't find it right now. But he's really good about just setting up that platter. And like I said, and he portrays himself to be like the smart one, but at the same time, he is good enough to be like, all right, I'm gonna say some shit where you can, you know what I'm saying, where you can throw me under the bus.
I mean,
so
he did the same thing with. We talking about comedians. He did the same thing with J-Lo and Anaconda.
Yeah, but I don't think that Ice Cube was supposed to be like
no, he wasn't. But I'm saying like just the way he played second to her in the scenes that they had, like especially you know what I'm saying fighting the snake and fighting dude that was trying to set him up, like the you know what I'm saying like everything that he was in those scenes, it really kind of boosted her up into the you know what I'm saying like the main role at that moment.
True. But he's good about throwing the alley oop. Even to switch it up with Are We There Yet? Barbershop.
Oh no, to me, Are We There Yet is one of his best movies. And I know it's like super corny, but for him to go from Friday to you know what I'm saying that franchise and then go to come from, you know what I'm saying, like Boys in the Hood, Anaconda, those, you know what I'm saying, movies. And then for him to do a kid's movie and get two of them joints, like, that's unprecedented. And they was both great.
Yep. And when it come to Barbershop, Said the Entertainer.
Yep. Come on now. That's not just Said. You got Said, you got D. Ray Davis, you got oh my God, who else is in them joints? Wait a minute. Let me look it up. But you got a bunch of people, especially in the barbershop joint. You got a couple people that's in there that
Anthony Anderson.
Yep, Anthony Anderson, Lorenz Tate brother, he do comedy.
JB Smooth.
Yep.
I'm just looking at the comedians. Deion Cole.
Yep, Deion Cole, of course.
I think that's the comedians, but yeah, like he's great about that, man. I think at the end of the day, when everybody look back at Ice Cube, like he's not appreciated enough.
Yeah.
If you think about it, even when you look at his filmography, dude, like his name is on a lot of movies where he's just a writer and shit. And it was some shit that I didn't even know that he had anything to do with. I didn't know he had. Dude, one of my favorite shows on Showtime is it's called City on the Hill.
Yeah,
he's a writer for it. I had no idea he was a writer for that. He was a writer in Us, but I think it was just when they played the Police song. So it might not really been like writing like on the movie, but like he does some writing for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He does writing for Insecure. I had no idea. So it's just like, you know, the Triple X movies, if you got into those.
Yeah.
So it's
I
just
forgot
like,
he did Triple X.
Yeah, he did the first one. Because I think Vin Diesel took up like the next two or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's and then look, we're just talking about his movie. He did the second one, so Vin Diesel did the first one.
Yeah, Vin Diesel did the first and the third one. He was Vin Diesel is the original Triple X, and then
okay.
Because matter of fact, speaking of Ice Cube, this nigga been in all kind of weird stuff. This nigga was in Biker Boys. Did you ever see that?
No, he was in
not Biker Boys.
He was in
Torque. That's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, like dude was he done some weird movies, bro. Like it's stuff that Ice Cube shouldn't have been in that he was in.
True. But I think that that's funny. That is funny. Torque was a crazy ass movie. He was a
That was
damn
the
head of a biker gang. Like, come
yeah, that
on,
was
man.
the bootleg version of Biker Boys.
Yeah, because like that's what that time. Because see, look at it this way. At those times when those type of movies was coming out, this was when everybody was biting each other. And see, at this
Mm-hmm.
time, it was a lot of shit about speed. Remember, like all the Fast and Furious shit was just starting. So
Mm-hmm.
then you got a Fast and the Furious, and then you get Biker Boys, and all of a sudden you get Torque. It's like, look. So I think that Torque was just like trying to bite off of what Biker Boys was and be like, yo, but what if we could turn it into a biker gang that's going up against each other type of shit? It's like,
Yeah.
but because in Biker Boys, they would just bike gangs who got along with each other. They just did business with each other and shit like that. Like it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. But Ice Cube, when we go back and look at it, and then like we ain't even said nothing about his rap career, dude. Like this dude is
Oh
one of the
no, ain't
most.
no you ain't even got to talk about the rap career.
Yeah, so it's just, I mean, even when it comes to like higher learning, I mean, him because that character, like higher learning, like he all that was dope boy going to college. I mean, dope boy.
Yeah.
He was really the
Yeah.
same person, but he's just in college. So, and then dude, Players Club.
Man, I forgot he was in Players Club.
Come on, man. So and then he had, if I'm not mistaken, like he was a writer on Players Club, if I'm not mistaken. He was a writer and he directed it. So then look at this. So this is the introduction of Lisa Ray as a actress, right? But then that you gotta look at it this way. You got Bernie Mac, which he brought back from Friday. You know what I'm saying? AJ Johnson was he brought back from Friday. You got Charlie Murphy in here.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, like before he was. I mean, Jamie Foxx had, because let me see, was Jamie Foxx show after Players Club, or it had to be after? Because Players Club came out in '98.
Definitely after.
So I mean, just the comedians that he dealt with, John Amos.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So Faison Love was one of the cops. So he's always been in that comedian world, like putting people on and taking them to different things. So it's just like, yo, we got to give him his props too. But
Yeah, for sure.
but for the people, so this is the Christmas episode, which we completely forgot about. So Ricky Smiley, he's the one that's going around. He's stealing everybody's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So he's the Grinch. You know what I'm saying? He was going through his presents and seeing that and opened it up and it was a Dada shirt. And he said, Dada. I always wanted a Dada. He said, extra medium. Extra medium. It was just like, for these dudes that really put an X and an M on there, yo,
That's
like,
stupid,
come on, dude. But you know what I'm saying? Yo, it was a Christmas movie, man. You know what I'm saying? They threw a Christmas party to
get their money back for their rent.
to get that money back for the rent. You got Money Mike dressing like a Christmas leprechaun. You know what I mean? So, and then when they got done getting their Christmas stuff back, they tied the Santa Claus up on top of the building and called the police for the police to come get him up there. So this is definitely a Christmas movie, but it's also one of the funniest Christmas movies, in my opinion, that you will ever see. Because when it comes to Mike Epps, and even Craig and Damon even had his things, because when they had first came down the steps when they was going to work, and Daddy was like, man, these pants so tight. He said, man, I can't even do the James Brown in these pants. He was like, good, because I don't want to see you do the James Brown. And so then they ran into the old girl, and they were like, how we look? And she was like a bunch of rent a cops. And he was like, what about them rent a titties? And it was just little shit like that. And then when they ran into Damon, he was like, man, I ain't seen y'all in like 12 years. He was like, yeah, man, I was little, yeah, but you grown up now though. It was like just little nuggets like that, man, in this film where it's just like they're unforgettable moments. I mean, even the whole thing of look, we've all heard the joke of like something being so good you want to slap your mama, but to see it put on film and these dudes actually have a 15-second commercial that said barbecue tastes so good, make you want to
Make you want
smack
to
your
smack
mama.
your mama.
And this dude literally smacked his mama for real to the point where she just got trauma and got a whole hand mark on her face. Where this dude willing to really smacked her for real, and then Daddy gonna dance in front of her like she. Listen, I'm telling you, man, like this movie, man, it's just one thing after another, man. Like it's really one of those movies where it's like even when you bust out and laugh, like sometimes you can't laugh too long because you're gonna miss something else. So I can't. There ain't really nothing bad that I can even really say about it.
Yeah, true. I couldn't even think of anything bad to say about it. To me, it's funny from beginning to end. They got some great callbacks. You know what I'm saying? Bringing Pinky back was dope. You know what I'm saying? The new characters like Damon, Money Mike, Donna. You know what I'm saying? That's always dope. Yeah, that's it, man. You ready to do the fire flames?
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
All right, man. It's on you, brother.
5, man.
God, dog.
Talking about, man, like come on, man. This is one of the most funniest movies that's out there. The cast is incredible. The writing, the directing, everything was incredible. I don't have any complaints about this, man. Like I really don't.
Okay.
Like I think, but like you said earlier, in which it is true. Like once you really, like if you really like engulf yourself into Cat Williams, he wasn't as funny as he is in other things.
Right.
But I mean, the only thing, if I had to be picky, Ricky Smiley could have had a few more lines. But you know what I'm saying. But other than that, man, this was a comedic clinic, man. So
Yeah,
I'm not mad at this movie at all, man. So I'm giving it a 5.
Cool, man. So for me, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna agree with you, man. 5. I think it's the best one out of the Friday franchise. Truthfully, it's the only one that I could watch from beginning to end and not change the channel. You know what I'm saying? To me, it had the most quotables. It had the best cast. The addition of Cat Williams and Terry Crews to me was dope. And Miss Pearly was, you know what I'm saying, funny as hell, of course. John Witherspoon to me is always hilarious. It don't matter what he do. He make me laugh. Anybody from that old Richard Pryor show cast is always funny to me. Robin Williams, Paul Mooney, John Witherspoon, any of them, like they always make me laugh. So yeah, I'm gonna go 5, bro.
Hey man, that did it all, man. But I got to give it to you one time though, since you love John Witherspoon so much. Oh, dude said, nah. He said, so when, so all right, so let me set the scene up.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, he said, why y'all beating up on Santa Claus anyway? He said, cause Santa Claus robbed us last night, and Craig let him do it. He was like, no, I didn't. He said, no, I didn't, Daddy. He said, I was fighting. He wouldn't even help. And then Uncle Arrow said, what did you do, Daddy? He said, but I ain't do shit. But he sitting there and let him do the shit, Daddy. So they were like, why you mad at Santa Claus anyway? No, he said, she said, I heard about that guy. He robbed this other person, said, ho, 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 kept going. He was like, who the fuck are you? And he was like, oh, I'm the new waitress and Arrow's new girlfriend. He was like, Daddy, you gonna catch something. And then he said something about, he said, Betty and I had you pussy whipped for about 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
He said, hey, pussy whipped, whips. What's that?
Nah, that ain't the funniest. That ain't the funniest John Witherspoon moment. The funniest John Witherspoon moment is when he trying to get off Miss Pearly. And she said, "I heard they call you Sweet Willie." He was like, "Oh, you heard that? I know, baby. I know." That cracked me up every time. His whole demeanor changed, bro. Like he tried to get off of when she say that, he changed up. So for me, that's the funniest one.
Oh man. All
right, man. Let's get into coming soon, man.
Let's do it.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
All right, man. So this one is for you, man. This is your pick. We got another Vince Vaughn joint for y'all. This one is called Four Christmases. I haven't seen it yet, so this is gonna be my first time seeing it. You said that this is a good one. I'm holding your feet to the fire, man. You haven't been wrong yet, except for one. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's all. You got a great shooting, you know what I'm saying, shooting percentage. You know what I mean? You shoot a 97 from the field. So
I shoot, hey, but if I'm shooting that, but I ain't mad at it, man. But listen,
you know what I'm saying?
For the people, like it's Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon. Listen, like basically it's called Four Christmases because they have like both of their parents aren't together anymore, so they have to go to every individual parent's house. And what's funny about it is like what both of them do is they lie to their parents like last minute. And like what they've been doing is like going to like the Bahamas and all types of shit like that. Yeah. So they was getting ready to go on the plane, but what happened is they canceled all the flights, and then there was a camera crew in there, and they was like, "Well, here goes some angry people right here. Let's see what they got to say." And then they turn around and they on the news, and these motherfuckers can't say nothing. So now they stuck to where they have to go to their parents' house because they lied to them. Yeah. So it's basically them going to all of their parents' house and like. All this shit is revealed, and then like they're fighting amongst themselves, but then they also mad because of the shit they gotta deal with their families. It is hilarious, dude. Like she found out that Vince Vaughn didn't even tell her what his real name was. Like it was so funny. She was like, "We've been together for this long, and you didn't even tell me your real name." She's like, "Well, it's my name, but like it ain't the name that I go by." But like it is like, it is hilarious. I didn't even know. I mean, like. Don't get me wrong. Like she's a different kind of funny. Like to me, she's
Reese
not.
Witherspoon?
Yeah, she's not Jennifer Aniston funny to me, but she's funny. I think that
I've never seen Reese Witherspoon in anything that I liked besides Sleepless in Seattle.
What man? You ain't like she wasn't funny in this one, man. You didn't like Cruel Intentions?
Fuck no, bro.
Man, you crazy. Cruel Intentions was the shit.
I've never been a fan of Reese Witherspoon, bro.
Ever. I mean, me neither. But
she always make that stupid ass face that.
Oh, don't do it. Don't even try to do it because that face kills me, yo.
I hate that. Like, I hate that face. That's what it is. It's that face. Like, why do you make that in every movie? There's nothing. It be stuff that don't have nothing to do with that face that she makes that face with.
Nah, but it even got your boy in it. How you said John Favreau? What's his name?
Oh, John Favreau.
Yeah, he's Vince Vaughn's brother.
Listen, he was also Vince Vaughn's brother in The Breakup. But peep game, do you know that he produced? I mean, yeah, you know he was the producer of the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, dude. This dude, you want to talk
this
about
dude producer credits is crazy.
Dude, it's one of the most sickest things that you ever gonna see. And then seriously. Like, yeah, it really is. Like it really is. Like, but I'm telling you, man, I think I mean, first of all, I mean it's Vince Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I think he's gonna fuck with it after you see it though.
Okay. We gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see. So Friday, y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 episodes left on the year, man. 2 episodes left. Like we said, next year we got something special for y'all. We got some stuff in the works. Can't wait to do it. Let me see where I'm at. Oh yeah, make sure you guys follow us on all social medias. Instagram, Twitter @ViewAnonPod. Facebook is VA Pod Watch Group. Make sure you hit us up there. You can leave your Fire Flame reviews. Make sure to use the fire emoji. Make sure to hashtag the episode by name. That way we'll know which one you're talking about. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. You can also check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Scoots Bronson. Still got my NFTs for sale. Hit me up on Twitter for that. And yeah, man, that's it.
Yeah, man. Y'all can catch me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod on IG, 28 minutes or less on Facebook. Y'all can find the podcast on all major platforms. Like I said, last episode could still possibly be the last one I do this year, just not sure yet. But you know, y'all can check out the albums that me and Scoots Bronson felt separately. What was the top albums of the year? So go check that episode out. But that's all I got, man.
Cool shit, man. Yeah. So with that being said, see you guys Friday. Can't wait. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Like they said, Hollywood, man, that's a wrap.
Cut.
Got it right this time.